Okay, and we are live on YouTube. To those joining us online, coaches, students, and judges, welcome to the quarterfinals of the National Tourism Debate brought to you by the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, that's the JHTA, Royalton and Wards Transportation. Today we witness the power of intellect, passion, and persuasion as two of Jamaica's brightest high schools go head to head in a battle of wits. That's Mannings School versus Cornwall College. Let's have a round of applause, please. Students are allowed to applause, Tourism is the lifeblood of our economy, and innovation is the key to its future. Today's motion challenges our debaters to explore the role of cutting-edge technology in shaping the industry. The motion reads, this House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. A motion that sparks both opportunity and controversy. Will AI be the key to unlocking the new heights in efficiency and guest experience, or will it replace the heart and soul of Jamaican hospitality? We have with us our judges, Theo Chambers, and let me tell you a little bit about this very important gentleman with us this morning. Theo Chambers was born in Panama of Jamaican heritage and was also one of the 36 legal specialists and non-commissioned officer with a top secret cryptographic clearance who was selected by the United States Air Force and that's Pentagon, to travel to Europe to help establish the Legal Defense Council, RAF. We also have with us, joining us from the Turks and Caicos Island, educator Jeffreen Clark, who is also a debate coach. She's joining us as our second judge, and our third judge, who represents the GHDA, is Aldane Reed, CEO and founder of First Responders Technology. Fifth, that designs and develops web, mobile, and AI software. We have also Tafari. A little disturbance there, sorry about that. Tafari Hilton, who is one of our seasoned judges within the competition. He has been with us last year. This year, he did preliminaries, and he's here for observations and assistance. In the stands now, we have proposing the motion, Mannings School, and opposing the motion is Cornwall College. And you know the rules, students. You stay together when you're preparing your rebuttals, and there's no badgering, and the first minutes are protected minutes. It's a protected minutes for both schools, right? The first speaker, judges, is allowed 7 minutes, second speaker 5 minutes, and third speaker 3 minutes, followed by rebuttal, which will begin with the opposing team. And in this position, that would be Cornwall College. Let's meet our team members. From Manning School, we have Deandra Irving, John Christoph Williams, and Dania Powell. Cornwall College, Tiquane Ellis, Justin Donaldson, and Ricardino Walker. I know they're going to pronounce their names for us. They are joined by coaches Saskia White from Manning School and Coach Margaret Craig from Cornwall College. We will now begin with our proposing team. First speaker, Manning School. Manning School, you may begin. Go ahead, Manning.
Good morning. Can you all hear me?
Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll begin now. AI is not an option. It is a necessity. Mr. Speaker, adjudicators, my fellow teammates, my opponents, and the wider audience, a pleasant good morning. The motion states, this House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. We, the government, firmly agree with this statement. Now, allow me to define some key terms in the moot. In the context of this debate, integrating means AI as an assistant, not a replacement. So AI will not put humans at a disadvantage, but rather enhance and complement human staff in the tourism industry to transform our sector. We propose the incorporation of needed AI technologies, which in this debate, chatbots, AI, personal AI personalization and AI-driven security systems such as facial recognition into the existing infrastructure of Jamaican's tourism industry. It involves improving customer service, enhancing security, and optimizing business functions without disrupting traditional practices. Revolutionize means the needed transformation and advancement from AI to integration that boosts guest experiences, efficiency, and secures our success by ensuring the sector remains competitive. Necessary, apologies. AI integration is essential and vital for the continued growth, security, and competitiveness of Jamaica's tourism sector. It is not an option, but a critical, mind you, critical investment. Without the integration of AI, Jamaica risks being vulnerable and left behind. Allow me to solidify my substances. I, the Prime Minister, will inform and highlight that AI integration is crucial for Jamaica's tourism sector to improve efficiency, security, and customer satisfaction. My Deputy Prime Minister will my deputy and third speaker will further substantiate these points. Now, Mr. Speaker, let's be real. The reality is clear. We see in our modern day timeline the growing implications of AI technology and its widespread usage, different sectors like healthcare, finance, education, and even the global tourism industry. AI is no longer a futuristic concept. Countries around the world, including those right here in the Caribbean, are adapting to AI-driven solutions to enhance guest experiences, improve security, and personalize tourism services. It is imperative, Madam Speaker, to note the importance of integrating AI, as if this is not done, we are literally risking losing visitors to countries that offer faster, safer, and more tailored visitors travel experiences. No, before the opposition runs like chicken without head and presents any misconceptions, let me explicitly state the matter at hand. We, the proposition, acknowledge the growth of our tourism sector. We are aware of the essentiality of human customer service and interaction for emotional connection. Our proposal of AI chatbots, security, and personalization is not a replacement for human customer service whatsoever. Rather, it is just a boosting assistant that will work hand in hand, allowing AI chatbots to handle the repetitive, popular queries and needs that alleviate human customer
information, Speaker.
Human service will still be used for more creative, cultural, connective, emotional interactions. Nevertheless, Madam Speaker, what we are simply saying, based on the current status quo, is that AI is an inevitable endeavor in global and Caribbean tourism. According to the 2019 IBM report, chatbots can handle up to 80% of standard customer queries without human intervention. This is significantly faster than human agents. Additionally, Madam Speaker, hotelplanner.com introduced AI travel agents capable of conversing in 15 different languages, 40,000, handling 40,000.
Miss Speaker.
Not accepted at this time. Handling 40,000 inquiries and processing 150,000 European dollars in room reservations within the first month of operation. Similarly, AI tools like Expedia Conversational Trip Planner and WebJet's Trip Ninja have simplified the booking process, handling customer service inconveniences. As well, chatbots such as those used in customer service can respond quickly 24/7 in multiple different languages, while humans can only work within limited hours. This by far would eliminate a plethora of prolonged response times, the inconsistent service quality, and language barriers, which would lessen visitors in return and increase satisfaction. So the important efficiency. Go ahead.
In the start of your speech, you said that it wouldn't be taking jobs, but now you're blatantly stating that it will be taking these customer service jobs that would have been offered to people.
Okay, this will be addressed further in my speech. The importance of efficiency in tourism cannot be overstated, for it directly affects customer satisfaction, profitability, and competitiveness, which inevitably would affect industries like revenue and tourist attraction. There is no doubt that a fast-paced global market businesses that provide quick and secure services are the ones that thrive. According to statistical data from the Gartner, businesses using AI in customer service see a 25% improvement in customer satisfaction due to faster response time and personalized services. AI-powered services systems can analyze large amounts of data to personalize the guest experience. It can recommend local attractions, suggest dining options based on the guest preferences. According to PwC, report at 73% of consumers prefer doing business with companies that offer personalized experiences, and 80% are more likely not accepted at this time, are more likely to make a purchase when a brand offers a more personalized experience. In tourism, personalized experiences not only boost guest satisfaction, but also increase repeat business and needed brand loyalty. AI must complement human service, ensuring that operations run smoothly, quickly, and securely. Or traditional methods alone are insufficient for our sector to thrive. This AI integration is exactly what we need to revolutionize our tourism sector. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, the safety of tourism is non-negotiable for a thriving tourism industry, and AI has already proven the ability to prevent crime, enhance security measures, and respond to crises efficiently. One of Jamaica's most significant tourism challenges is crime perception, leaving AI as a necessary endeavor for us to transition to many given international reports, citing safety concerns of our destination. AI-powered facial recognition technology, predictive policing, and automated surveillance have already reduced crime in leading tourist destinations worldwide. Dubai, for example, integrated AI-driven smart police stations, leading to a 40% reduction in crime in tourism-heavy districts, according to the Dubai Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing. Similarly, Singapore's Shanghai airport implemented AI-driven surveillance analytics and biometric security, reducing illegal activity by 35%. If Jamaicans adopt AI-enhanced surveillance in hotspots like Mobay and Negril, a 30 to 40% crime rate reduction is achievable, leading to a safer and greater travel confidence. A key factor, Mr. Speaker, in securing increased bookings and visitor spending. The opposition may claim that AI is too expensive to implement, yet the cost of inaction is far greater. While AI integration requires investment, the benefits far outweigh the cost. AI-driven efficiency is projected to increase Jamaica's tourism revenue by an estimated $435 million annually. And this figure shows that the return on investment is exceptionally high and justifies the initial cost. Additionally, the opposition may imply that AI cybersecurity systems aren't reliable or can pose threats. We understand those concerns, and we would prove the security and safety of our visitors as priority. Therefore, the integration of cybersecurity AI would ensure that the system and staff are prepared for any false and preventative methods are in place, such as strict policy regulations, implementing data encryption, anonymization, and continuous monitoring and evaluation. AI systems will undergo regular audits and security assessments, as well as trained tech staff to prevent breaches. AI will also prevent cybersecurity threats by detecting fraudulent transactions, identifying suspicious activity, and enhancing digital security in Jamaica's hospitality sector. AI itself can also help prevent security breaches. With AI-powered fraud detection, we can monitor transactions in real time, AI can help us catch suspicious activities like unusual login times or large transactions, allowing us to respond immediately and mitigate potential harm. This is crucial, Madam Speaker, and it shows rather that Jamaica is serious about protecting guest data and builds the confidence of international tourists. Mr. Speaker, AI integration is crucial and it's not even a question. In fact, it is something that is needed right now. Even as the Tourism Minister, Honorable Edmund Bartlett, has emphasized the importance of AI in maintaining the region's competitiveness. In December 2024, he highlighted that as a
I
global...
believe your time is up, you know.
Okay.
Yes, you would have gone way over 7 minutes. You can wrap up now and we will continue. I've been trying to get your coach. Please wrap up and we'll continue. Go ahead, Mannings. Okay, we will go over to Cornwall College.
Am I audible? Okay, I'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Honorable panel, fellow debaters, and viewing audience, an auspicious greeting to you all. Today, I stand in the capacity of opposition leader to oppose the motion brought before the House today. That being, this House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. Panel, opposition believes that the key word in this debate is revolutionize. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the word revolutionize means to change something fundamentally or radically. When we think of the Industrial Revolution, we think of future generations getting jobs. We think of ideas which have lasted for hundreds of years. We think of a completely changed world as we know it. This is what a revolution is, panel. A revolution is a full 360-degree turn. And when we look at the tourism sector in Jamaica, a simple robot chatbot will not bring about this change. Today, my job is to open the opposition's case by recontextualizing this debate and then to put forward 2 substantive points, which will focus around how we should focus on other strategies which will actually end up revolutionizing the sector. Then my second speaker will continue our case with a few more substantive points, which will be focused on how implementing AI into the tourism sector will end up being harmful to the sector. And then finally, my third speaker will continue our case and I will return to summarize the debate and prove that we have won. Now, before I begin, allow me to address Madam Prime Minister. Now, firstly, although your model seems to be good, it isn't revolutionary to the tourism sector. Your model sounds revolutionary to the business and security sector, but not to the tourism sector. And even if we accept your best case, a revolution is something big to the tourism industry. You are only giving small benefits to the tourism industry and focusing more on security and business. Moreover, you said that we wouldn't be taking jobs, and in my POI, as I said, you continue to go on to say that you will be taking these persons' jobs, such as persons who work in the field of customer service. And furthermore, even if AI can take these jobs, it is prone to making mistakes, and it gives less of a social experience for it. So we actually have a trade-off of important things. And although AI can consume a large amount of information, there's a larger risk to the data privacy of these systems. You speak about how AI will be more secure in our world, but it is a growing industry. And so as it grows, new dangers will arise with it. So all of the measures that you want to put in place will one day end up being obsolete. Now, to begin with, Jamaica is attractive to tourists for many things. To name a few, our world-renowned music such as reggae and dancehall, but we're also popular for our spice-filled meals and even our white sandy beaches. These are the things that attract our tourists. Jamaica's natural beauty and the people's culture, not some AI chatbot or any computer for that matter. I'll take that point.
So if you're saying that AI is growing and things are growing, so how is it that that growth will not result in a revolution? Because you said that gradually it will grow.
Okay, thank you for that point. So as AI grows, and that was not where I was going, as AI grows, it's actually going to have more risk of becoming harmful, because when AI starts becoming so much more powerful than us, then we can't control it anymore. So then it's going to end up that maybe even at one point, AI will be controlling us. So we have to regulate this industry. I'll continue. When people take vacation from their jobs where they sit around a computer every day, the last thing they'd want is to come on vacation and still be attached to that computer. Now, what do we propose as opposition? We propose looking into jobs in the orange economy or the creative economy, such as songwriting, music producing, and filmmaking, and investing into this economy to allow students to want to matriculate into the economy. Furthermore, we will look into partnerships with entertainment groups to create concerts to like of some fest which display our culture and entice tourists to come to the country. And our biggest change is utilizing the country's natural landscape to create theme parks and other nature-based tourist destinations. Now, allow me to get into my first point, which both center around the use of alternative strategies being far more revolutionary to this sector than the implementation of AI. Now, our tourists come for the authentic and human experience and escape from sitting around a computer and doing their jobs every day. Travolution.com and the Jamaican Observer are among two websites whose headlines in the past week have read, "The human touch in Jamaican tourism is irreplaceable." Madam Chair, it is what our tourism sector benefits off of the most, our humans. Ms. Panel, if we invest into what we have in and around our country, we will necessarily have this revolution. In an article titled "The Orange Economy, the Next Creative Frontier of the Caribbean," the Observer, in an interview with the Executive Director for the Caribbean Export Development Agency, Deodat Maharaj, stated that the business of music, fashion, culture are areas where the Caribbean region can capitalize on the creativity and skills of its people. Moreover, these are the things that draw visitors to our islands in herds. The warm welcome model developed by TPDCO has revolutionized tourism by prioritizing the human connection, cultural immersion, and local business growth over costly soulless AI solutions. It works by training frontline tourism staff as ambassadors, distributing physical maps with insider tips, and enhancing visitor engagement through authentic experiences like craft markets and cultural events. This approach, which actually has been and continues to be successfully employed in Montego Bay and now Ocho Rios tourist regions, boosted tourist exploration, increased local business revenue, and created multiple jobs in just the Montego Bay tourism section alone. Imagine if this model, like ours, was replicated across the whole of Jamaica. Now, furthermore, tourists flock to the music festivals, which are made able by persons from this heavily underfunded ministry. Moreover, if Jamaica can utilize what we already have to make them become wonders to visitors, then we can actually revolutionize the sector. Speaking of things we already have, let's look at how we can utilize our surroundings to create more of these wonders. Many attractions are man-made, such as the Statue of Liberty, Christ the Redeemer, and other areas that are built by men and are tourism attractions. If we are able to match this, we necessarily have tourism attractions in our country. Moreover, if we start utilizing things like our natural rivers to create theme parks and other things, we'll have tourists flocking to the country. Now, as I close, Mr. Speaker, investing into our human and land capital is the way to revolutionize the sector. It focuses on what we are as a country. This is what makes Jamaica, Jamaica. It doesn't make sense to go to try something that goes against the very thing that makes us us, which is our authenticity. We have to stay true to what we are. And as our grandparents would say, you're not be frightened for everything. Not everything that glitters is gold. For now, the opposition rests. Oh, accident.
Thank you, both schools. We will now move over to Mannings School.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, please go ahead.
All right. All right, so I would like to note one thing, that we acknowledge our culture is essential, but AI is not a replacement to human involvement and the traditional methods as well, right? The first speaker noted that the authenticity and the personalization will be changed, but how will our proposal of using chatbots change the authenticity of our sector when it is simply doing the tedious and repetitive jobs that regular workers, customer service will do? What we are doing, you're providing a higher level workspace for them to contribute functionally instead of doing something that is repetitive and continuous over the time. FAQs, troubleshooting, booking reservation. That is what we propose, the utilization of artificial intelligence in the utilization of chatbots in our side of the house. We're not replacing customer service. What we are doing is integrating on the workload. Now, Honorable Chair, esteemed educators, and distinguished opponents, I extend my greetings to you all. Mr. Speaker, AI is a new technological revolution that will redefine the status quo and provide a new global order to conduct our lives. And it has already transformed global tourism, and Jamaica, a country whose economy depends heavily on it, cannot be left behind. Our failure to adapt this technology will render us obsolete in an industry defined by innovation. Mr. Speaker, let me redefine or reinforce something clear. AI is an investment, not a cost, a tool for economic expansion, not a means to replace jobs. It would bridge Jamaica's tourism potential to greater heights. Its inevitable modernization, ensuring that we remain at the forefront of this global transformation rather than lagging while our competitors seize the opportunity while it is available now. Mr. Speaker, Jamaica's tourism sector struggles with inefficiencies, and I believe that is the case, it is the case, and service delivery, including long queues, slow hotel check-ins, and inconsistent customer service, all of which frustrates visitors. AI technology directly addresses these issues by automating redundant tasks, improving response time, and personalizing guest experience, ultimately boosting customer satisfaction and repeat visits. It seems as if the opposition doesn't understand the importance of repeat visits as regards to economic statute. According to the hospitality technology, AI chatbots have revolutionized hospitality. For the Marriott International AI-driven chatbot, reduced customer response by 70%
POI speaker.
and improved guest satisfaction scores by 30%. AI chatbots will be necessary to revolutionize Jamaica's tourism sector as they directly
Point
address
of information, speaker.
customer service, such as language barriers and operational costs. I'll take that first.
Can you
Right.
prove to us that the Jamaican tourism sector is actually inefficient, or are you just saying that out of your head?
No, we're saying that we can make it more efficient than what it already is. It is inefficient. All tourism by standard has inefficiencies. And by utilizing AI chatbots, we will increase this level of efficiency to make it better for us economically. And I will prove that later. 24/7 multilingual support, reducing burnouts by taking over tedious, repetitive tasks and allowing employees to focus on engaging, rewarding customer interaction and personalizing guest experience. We're not replacing or letting our employers be unemployed due to chatbots. Jamaica can enhance visitor satisfaction and increase tourism revenue by doing this. Also, chatbots will allow tourists to book hotels and tour at any time, with many travelers making bookings outside regular business hours. AI would reduce the loss of potential customers who need immediate assistance. Booking.com AI chatbot will resolve 60% of inquiries automatically, increasing booking completion rate and earning a 4.6 out of 5 satisfaction boost. Now, the opposition may argue AI eliminates job. But Mr. Speaker, this is outrageously false. According to McKinsey and Company, AI-driven automation in the workforce productivity can handle 85% of routine customer queries, allowing staff to focus on personalized guest relation services and upselling experiences that requires human creativity and intelligence that AI cannot replace. So Korea's AI-enhanced technology has created 50,000 jobs in 2024 alone, proving, Mr. Speaker, AI reallocates jobs rather than eliminating them. Mr. Speaker, on our side of the house, we are simply reallocating workers to higher value jobs and not reserving AI to conduct the repetitive jobs. Mr. Speaker, they say AI will replace human jobs. But let me make this time to quash that argument as it is completely false, especially how in our world, our approach is different. Not to mention global employment trends prove on our side of the house. World Economic Forum estimates that AI will create 97 million new jobs this year, particularly in AI assisted tourism marketing, data analytics, tourism, cybersecurity, and virtual tours. In Jamaica, AI would introduce new career opportunities in hospitality management, chatbot operation, AI AI-powered services and cybersecurity that for digital travel perform, while also creating demand for AI specialists, programmers, software engineers, positioning our country for AI talent. The real risk to employment is stagnation, not AI. Without investment in digital transformation, Jamaica's tourism workforce will become obsolete. Why? Because it would lead to job losses, not because of AI, but due to a failure to keep up with evolving industry standards. Nations like Dubai, South Korea, US, the UK, Singapore, China have successfully leveraged AI increase in tourism revenue, enhancing service delivery and job growth in the digital sector. AI-powered efficiency in Jamaica could boost annual tourism earnings by hundreds of millions of dollars to an estimate 435 million US dollars yearly, strengthening the economy while upskilling workers for higher paying technological driven roles. The choice is clear. Jamaica must embrace AI to remain competitive because competitiveness is key. It's securing long-term prosperity, innovation, and economic growth. For if we don't, years from now, our competitors rather, will surpass us. Mr. Speaker, it is also a key note that AI hyper-personalization is transforming global tourism by tailoring travel experience through machine learning, data analytics, and predictive algorithms, leading to higher visitor engagement, satisfaction, and spending. According to McKinsey's report in 2023, it reports that AI personalization alone, Mr. Speaker, boosts customer spending by 10 to 15%, while Expedia AI model increased engagement by a whopping 50%, proving that AI directly drives revenue growth across the guest satisfaction. AI-driven tools such as a personalized hotel recommendation, AI chatbot, and multilingual assistant enhance convenience, eliminating language barrier and optimizing travel planning. Countries like Dubai, Singapore have already leveraged this increase in revenue. And if Jamaica TEF collaborates with AI firms, visitor retention rate could rise by a projected 40%. Let that sink in, the opposition. 40%, generating an additional 500 million US dollars. And the opposition say, why do we need this? The revenue is there, the economic benefits is there, and it speaks for itself. Mr. Speaker, rejecting AI means stagnation and loss of potential revenue that are high enough to be willing to be invested in, which the opposition in what they're going to happen is embracing AI ensures job creation, economic expansion, and what we have now, our global competitiveness, which is something easy to fall behind in this sector, thereby cementing Jamaica's status as a prepared, smart tourism destination. I close. Mr. Speaker, to reject AI is to reject progress. The opposition to oppose AI is to choose stagnation over transformation. AI is not a threat. It is an investment, a necessary investment at that transforms Jamaica's economic resilience, efficiency that is so important right now, and global competitiveness. The evidence is indisputable. The world is moving forward, and if Jamaica falls behind to integrate AI now in this early stage, we risk being left behind permanently. Mr. Speaker, note that our tourism sector, if our tourism sector was the same as it was 40 years ago, then our success sector would be less attractive or obsolete as we'll crumble to our competitors. The proposition, therefore, urges to embrace and invest in the inevitable future of AI and revolutionize and integrate our tourism sector. Let us lead and follow the future of our sector as it relies on the decisions we make now. The proposition pauses.
Thank you. I'm asking coaches. Coach White. And not so much Cornwall College. They've worked in their speaking time to pay attention to the times of the speech. Go ahead. Second speaker, Cornwall College. Go ahead, Cornwall College.
I'll begin in 3,
2, 1. AI is a gimmick, not a revolution. Honorable adjudicators, esteemed opponents, and distinguished guests, today I stand in staunch opposition to the motion. This House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. The proposition wants you to believe that AI is the miracle cure for Jamaica's tourism industry. But let's be honest, AI is not a revolutionary force in this sector. Tourists do not travel to Jamaica for automated check-ins, robotic procedures, or chatbots. They come for authentic experiences, for the warm smiles for our people, the rhythmic pulse of reggae music, and the rich cultural heritage that no machine can replicate. A revolution should radically transform the industry. AI does not do that. It is merely a tool, not a game changer. Today, I will disprove the proposition's case by demonstrating 2 critical flaws in their argument. 1, AI integration exposes Jamaica's tourism sector to the cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and 2, over-reliance on AI will displace workers and destroy livelihoods. Firstly, AI increases the risk of cyber attacks, threatening both tourists and businesses. AI systems rely on data collection, gathering personal and financial information from tourists. However, Jamaica's cybersecurity infrastructure is not strong enough to protect against hacking and data breaches. Dr. Kerry Wallace, Executive Director of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, has already called for stronger cybersecurity measures in Jamaica's tourism sector. If we introduce AI-dependent hotel check-ins, automated payment systems, and AI-guided tours, we are inviting hackers to exploit vulnerabilities in our system. Cyber attacks on major tourism hubs like Marriott and the MGM resorts have already resulted in massive data leaks. If major companies with billion of dollars in security budgets can be hacked, what makes us think that Jamaican hotels and tour companies are immune? A single cyber attack can destroy tourist trust, leading a massive financial losses for the industry. Would tourists feel safe coming to Jamaica knowing that their passport information, credit card details, and personal information could be stolen due to weak cybersecurity measures? AI adaptation will make Jamaica's tourism sector more vulnerable, not stronger. Instead of prioritizing risky AI investment, we should first strengthen our cybersecurity infrastructure to protect existing businesses and tourists. A safer tourism sector is far more attractive than one riddled with digital threats. Secondly, AI automation will eliminate jobs, leaving thousands of Jamaicans unemployed. The tourism sector employs over 175,000 Jamaicans, making it one of the largest job providers in the country. AI integration threatens this very workforce. If hotels introduce AI-powered check-ins, self-service kiosks, and robotic waiters, who gets replaced? The front desk staff, the bellboys, the tour guides, the very people who give Jamaica's tourism its human touch. The proposition also stated that AI is creating 5,000 more jobs, but then isn't it obvious that they are taking 5,000 jobs? Take, for example, the Henna Hotel in Japan. This AI-run hotel fired over half of its robots in 2020 because they couldn't keep up with the customers' needs. If AI failed in Japan, a country with a highly tech-savvy population, why would we gamble our tourism sector industry on the same failing technology? Tourism is not like manufacturing, where automation increases efficiency. It thrives on human interaction. A chatbot cannot give tourists real-time recommendations, negotiate a better tour deal, or share personal stories that make their experience memorable. Replacing people with AI means sacrificing the essence of Jamaican hospitality, something no machine can ever replicate. Job displacement will devastate Jamaica's economy. Workers in tourism have the skills or resources to suddenly transition into AI-related jobs. If AI takes over, where do these displaced workers go? Mass unemployment will increase poverty, widen inequality, and make life harder for thousands of families who depend on tourism for their livelihoods. Instead of killing jobs, why not create them? Investing in mechanization and human capital development will strengthen the workforce, ensuring that tourism continues to provide meaningful employment opportunities for the future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica's tourism sector is not built on technology. It is built on people, culture, and unique experiences. Instead of throwing money at AI, let's invest in our people, strengthen our infrastructure, and protect our businesses. So let me ask you, would you trade a warm Jamaican smile for a cold, lifeless robot? We say no. We urge you to stand with team opposition to reject this flawed motion. The opposition pauses.
Thank you very much. Coaches, the rules of the camera. Mannings, your camera should remain on. I know you're standing. However, you have to keep your cameras on, stay in focus. We're gonna go over to Mannings and we're gonna welcome their third speaker, Dania Powell. Dania, are you ready?
Yes, Miss. Good day. Am I being heard?
I'm hearing you, Mannings, but I'm not seeing the image.
The camera is on. I'm not. Okay.
Yes, you're on now. You may go ahead.
Honorable judges, esteemed members of the House, and respectable opponents, I stand before you today as third speaker, not only to reinforce the arguments already presented, but to highlight why our side has undoubtedly won this debate. The integration of artificial intelligence within the tourism sector is not simply a passing trend. It is an essential evolution that will shape the future of the industry, making it more personalized, efficient, and sustainable. First, let me address the revolutionized argument. Now, the opposition made fallacious claims that AI would not revolutionize the sector. However, this ignorant view ignores the vast majority of reflections shown in AI integration. Let me prove it to you. Countries that invested in AI reaped enormous financial rewards. For instance, Dubai's AI-driven tourism infrastructure contributed to a record 30.5 billion in tourism revenue in 2023. Dubai Department of Economy and Tourism 2023. Ignoring AI adoption would leave Jamaica behind in the global race for tourism innovation, costing more loss in revenue than initial investment. And the benefit speak for themselves. Competition edge increases, attractiveness, efficiency, and do not underestimate them. Now, secondly, the weak cyber attack argument is quelled by the simple fact that cybersecurity is detected by AI in real time. AI can deliver precisely by analyzing vast amounts of data. AI systems can reveal individual travel behaviors, past preferences, and even predict future desires. For example, AI-driven recommendation engines like Booking.com and Expedia can analyze users' past bookings and browsing behaviors to suggest tailored destination, accommodation, or activities. This level of personalization is not only benefit for customers, but it also drives business growth. 50% of travelers say they would prefer to book with a company that can recommend personalized itineraries based on their specific preferences, according to Travel Leaders Group. AI allows tourism business to offer customized travel experiences, which in turn drives customer satisfaction and loyalty. Additionally, the Jamaican government, in collaboration with international partners, can facilitate AI adoption through grants, public-private partnerships, and AI training programs. The failure to embrace AI will ultimately prove far more expensive, as Jamaica will struggle to compete with the countries that have already integrated AI into their tourism strategies. Moreover, AI does not require an immediate large-scale investment. It can be implemented gradually, allowing business to adapt over time. Cloud-based AI solutions and software as a service models allow even small business to access AI tools without massive upfront costs. The proposition rests.
Thank you very much, Mannings School. We will now move over to Cornwall College.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I haven't begun my speech yet. Am I audible to everyone? Hello? I would like to believe so. All right, so for the purpose of timekeeping, I'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Esteemed adjudicators and adored. Excuse me?
I didn't see anything. You may go ahead. That must have been a feedback from somebody's mic. Judges, everyone else, please mute your mics. Go ahead, Cornwall.
All right, again, for the purpose of timekeeping, I'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Esteemed adjudicators and adored audience, I urge to reflect on the motion of this debate once again. This House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. This debate is not whether about AI can be useful to the tourism sector. It's about revolutionizing the sector. However, the solo intellectual side position has misconstrued this debate so much where a simple point of information nearly shattered their first speaker regarding their model on job displacement. Now I'm left with no choice but to dismantle your entire rubbish of a case step by step. Firstly, proposition has failed to sufficiently show and poorly structured a model on how AI does anything beyond the minor efficiency improvements and would revolutionize the tourism beyond its minor conveniences. A chatbot, a virtual tour, these are side features, not a revolution. True transformation means making Jamaica the world's top tourism destination. No one is going to Jamaica because of, oh, they have good chatbots. What? Where visitors want to see but experience our rich culture, our vibrant and human touch. That is what people come to Jamaica for. Right? This cannot be replicated anywhere else. As my first speaker would have emphasized, government investment in our people, music, entertainment, art, cuisine, and storytelling creates jobs, opportunities, and a thriving tourism sector rooted in our authenticity. Travelers today crave that genuine cultural experience and human social connection. Even Jamaica's director of tourism, Donovan White, has stated that AI cannot replicate the human complexities that define travel. No machine can capture the rhythm of our reggae, the energy of our street festivals, or the warmth of our people. Jamaica wins by investing in Jamaicans. Secondly, they have ignored the risk. Our weeks of cybersecurity argument, third speaker. Let me remind you of the cybersecurity that shut down NCU systems happened the other day. This is a real thing, not something that's come out of the air like your entire arguments, right? AI poses major privacy and security risks, aforementioned by my second speaker, especially in developing countries like Jamaica, where data protection laws are still evolving. One data breach, one misuse of personal information, and Jamaica's reputation as a safe and trustworthy destination crumbles. Thirdly, they have ignored the economic reality, speaking falsely on economic reward. My third speaker, adjudicators. Investing in AI is expensive, not just in its initial step, but also the staffing, security updates. While large corporations in developed countries can absorb these costs, yes, Jamaica's tourism sector is dominated by small businesses like family-run hotels, local tour operators, and craft vendors, all operating on tight budgets. Implementing AI would force them to overspend just to stay competitive, pushing many towards the financial ruin. And if we, the government, were to subsidize AI adoption, taxpayers now have extra burden, right? Instead of funding critical infrastructure, business grants, or new tourist attractions, as my first speaker mentioned, resources would be wasted on not unnecessary AI investments. AI adoption could lead to business closures, job losses, and stagnating tourism sector, not a revolution, right? On the contrary, on this other house, we have demonstrated a clear vision on what revolution means to the tourism sector. We have presented a concrete model that is actually being successful and utilized in real life. The Tourism Product Development and Agency of the Ministry of Tourism, right? We have not accepted this out of order. We have protected Jamaica's data breach for future. We have understood the motion better, what it means to revolutionize. Adjudicators, to revolutionize, we must think like revolutionaries. Unlike the small-minded proposition, our land uniquely vibrant, rich, and breathtakingly beautiful and bright. Our cultural heritage of a small island, stand tall and might, little but with all our, that they not understand. Adjudicators, I rest my case.
Sparring match from both schools. Congratulations to you. A round of applause. They will prepare their rebuttals. And just a reminder to those joining us online and our judges, this House believes that integrating artificial intelligence technology within the tourism sector is necessary to revolutionize the sector. And we have proposing the motion from Westmoreland Mannings School, and opposing the motion is Cornwall College from Montego Bay. We will take a break and they will prepare their rebuttals. Judges, in the meantime, you can tally the scores that you have. We're going to ask all schools to keep their cameras on. If you have changed your position, Mannings, then you will move your camera to that area. Cornwall College, all the boys should be together. Thank you. We'll be right back. 2 more minutes for rebuttal. Okay, we're just about ready. Students, are you ready?
Yes, Miss. Cornwall is ready.
Okay, Mannings, checking in on you.
Yes, we are.
Okay, lovely. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. And just a reminder as to who our judges are. This morning, we have Theo Chambers, Alden Reed, Jeffrey Clark, and observing on the sidelines is Tafari Hilson. We are back in our rebuttal section, and just a reminder that the rebuttal is 3 minutes and it deserves, and I will say to you, 100 marks, right? Because you would have gone back and prepared. So you can come back with strong scores in your rebuttal section. We want to thank our sponsors, Fontana Pharmacy, Moon Palace, Royalton Resorts, Pier 1, Wards Transportation, and the GHTA. We'd also like to thank the Tourism Enhancement Fund for endorsing this competition. So let us begin with Cornwall College, who is proposers of the match, and in the rebuttal section, they're the ones to begin. Go ahead, Cornwall.
Okay, so for timekeeping purposes, I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Panel and members of the audience and fellow debaters, an auspicious greeting. Now, my name is Tekwan Ellis, and I am here to represent as the reply speaker. Now, I will just do a quick summary of what we heard during this debate. Now, what did we really hear during this debate? A quick summary: one side lacked research, couldn't answer POIs, and doubled their time limits for some speeches, while the opposition remained in their time limit, built solid points, and provided solid evidence. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of what you would have heard. Proposition built this model with AI chatbots, which are made to assist. However, they say they will assist in boosting security, customer service, and data handling. How did opposition tear up this model? The essence of our current argument is that persons don't visit Jamaica for computers and technology. They visit us because of our culture. We stated that boosting security will not revolutionize the tourism sector specifically. Remember, the definition in this debate is revolutionize, full 360 turn. It will not revolutionize the tourism sector, but rather the security sector. Moreover, we spoke about how even though AI can help with data handling, they are more prone to attacks, meaning they can actually end up harming the tourism sector when tourists lose trust in us as a country. Furthermore, we stated that customer service is a major part of tourism. AI will not give you the warm smile and wagwan that a front desk receptionist can give you. This trade-off is one that we are not willing to make. It will end up harming the tourism sector. Now, we say we should invest into what Jamaica already has by building the orange/creative economy and investing into building on our beautiful country, which ends up attracting tourists far more. Now, do you realize how our model wasn't attacked? That's because it's such a better model. They couldn't attack it because they know that this is how you revolutionize the tourism sector. The second speaker tried to argue for 11 minutes, but he lacked any sort of evidence. So he spent the same amount of time as my second speaker and I, yet he lacked evidence. I asked him to provide evidence that the current tourism sector is inefficient, and he has failed to answer up to now. It leads us to believe that it is actually efficient and doesn't need to be changed. Panel, it is clear which side of the house did research and which side tried to pull facts out of their top hat. Mr. Speaker, let's weigh the harms of proposition. They risk data privacy breaches, the displacement of persons from jobs, and the overall harm to the tourism sector as we know it. We shouldn't follow what Singapore, Korea, and other countries are doing. Panel, it's simple, because we are not them. Our tourism sector varies differently, and we have such a unique position in the sector. What we offer here in Jamaica cannot be found in these other countries. If we adopt AI, we lose this unique position and end up being just like everyone else. Here, it's clear who has won. The side with the research, the side which abided by the time limits, and the side that managed to answer their POIs skillfully as opposed to passing them off. Panel, the opposition rest assured that we have convinced you to believe us that we have won this debate. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mannings. School.
All right, am I being heard?
Yes, we're hearing. Please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, adjudicators and fellow teammates, my opponents. In the context of this debate, integrating means AI is an assistant, not a replacement. You keep saying replacement. We're saying it's an assistant, not a replacement. So AI will not put humans at a disadvantage, but rather enhance and complement human staff in the tourism industry to transform our sector. Secondly, in terms of cybersecurity, or AI cybersecurity is guaranteed to be much safer than our current human security systems alone. AI would ensure that the system and staff are prepared for any false and preventative methods are in place, such as strict privacy regulations, implementing data encryption, anonymization, continuous monitoring, and evaluation. AI systems will undergo regular audits and security assessments as well-trained tech staff to prevent breaches. AI will help prevent cyber threats by detecting fraudulent transactions, identifying suspicious activity, and enhancing digital security in Jamaica's hospitality sector. AI itself can also help to prevent security breaches. With AI-powered fraud detection, we can monitor transactions in real time. What more do you want to hear? AI can help us catch suspicious activities like unusual login or large transactions, allowing us to respond immediately and to mitigate the potential harm. This is crucial and Jamaica shows, and that shows Jamaica is serious about protecting guest data and builds confidence of international tourists. Now, with the whole taxpayer argument, right? Taxpayers don't have to pay anything. The public-private partnerships, PPP, are more than willing to fund the AI initiatives. And again, the benefits speak for themselves. We mentioned Korea and Panama and so on. You brought that up back in your report. So you're saying that we should remain stagnant and we're not supposed to follow what we see. But they are growing, they are increasing. Is it that we should remain stagnant just because we're not going to follow what we see? What are the solutions that you are providing? No, and again, the benefits speak for themselves. A competitive edge increase, attractiveness, efficiency. Do not underestimate these benefits, as without them, revolutionize, as you define it, will not happen. How will we grow if we don't change? And this gradual change will only come with the integration of AI. Now, finally, with the orange economy, as you say, we should invest in our orange economy. You say, though that is true, AI is not coming to compete with orange economy. It is a catalyst for the growth, that word that you are so afraid of these sectors. Finally, the opposition have not proven how AI will not increase these benefits at all. There is no proof to say that. The proposition rests.
Thank you, Manny. School, you stopped on time, so congratulations to you. Judges will now deliberate. We'll have a breakout room for them to have the discussions. We'll be right back. Judges, please pay attention to the prompt because you will have to accept for the breakout room.
Hi, Mannings. How are you guys?
We're doing great. How are you guys?
We're well. It was a great debate. You know, even though the last time we talked to Mannings Debate Society, you guys left us up here at Cornwall and went to Kingston.
I'm still up for that. Right.
All right, we understand. I actually have one of my boys here who was supposed to go with you guys, but yeah. But
It was just one of those things, you know,
Yeah,
God
I never
people,
purpose.
It was never on purpose or apologies.
Yeah, and I think the debate was good. You know who I will have a bone to pick with though? How did John Christoph come up here for 12 minutes? 12 minutes.
That's it. That's John Christoph.
I was like, huh? At one point, I was like, is somebody going to stop him? I wondered if I should unmute my mic and stop him, but it was a good debate.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, we really liked the model actually. We really liked it. It made sense. It made sense. And made sense. Made sense. But also, we never know that the third speaker could do reply speech.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it always has been.
In the rules, they said first speaker or second speaker.
No, man, that's how it always has been. Even from the tourism debate, I was third speaker, I did the rebuttals. From ever since we're playing, yeah. It's just one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
We're just trying to revolutionize them.
Truth. Oh, whoever wins, it was a really great debate. So
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
All of us.
no problem.
Yeah. So here's John Christoph. You can pick the
Oh, hello.
Exact, John Christoph. 12 minutes. You had 5 minutes. 12 minutes.
Oh my God, Jan was there.
I just want to think.
Yeah, I guess we were really feeling the speech, like when you
He
feel
got
something.
carried away.
It's so crazy because our speaker here was worried about his 5 minute speech being 6 minutes and ended up dropping a point. And then I said all 10:50 at John Christoph still going on. I was like,
Literally,
what?
I'm not gonna lie, it felt like 3 minutes reading. I'm not gonna lie, really and truly. Like when you're there and you're reading, it's like, yeah. You have to realize a minute is actually 30 seconds when I read a speech instead of standard 60 seconds. So
You know, you
I guess
have 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
I was like, wow, who's gonna stop him? It was crazy.
Come on, Jamal.
oh my God. But yes, it's just one of the
It
areas.
was just one of those things, you know, black people. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Are we back? Okay, I just want to check to ensure that the coaches are here. Cornwall College, can you call Mrs. Craigie? I think she wanted to be let in. I'm not sure if she's in.
Could you repeat that, please, Miss?
Mrs. Craigie, I think she's not in the room.
I think she's trying to get into the meeting, Miss, but she is not being let in.
Waiting room. Okay, she's in now. And Mannings, your coach is there.
She's here.
All right, Mrs. Craigie, Saskia, everybody. All right, we are back. We want to thank both coaches, Saskia White. We understand the dilemmas you had with your speakers this morning. We also want to thank Coach Margaret Craigie, who has been with us for a few years. Thanks for the support, Mrs. Craigie. We want to thank those online and our students for coming out this morning and doing what they did. We want to thank our judges who had a very difficult task. That would be Jeffrey Clark, Theo Chambers, and Aldine Reed. Tafari Hilton, who observed the match. So Jeffrey Clark, we will start with you and move over to Theo, and then we will take the scores from Mr. Reed. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
All right. Good morning, students, colleagues, everyone. It was a wonderful discourse. It was quite interesting and very well played by both sides. Let me just say unequivocally, as I tell my debaters, you never lose. You either win or you learn. Now, this learning process today has been very, very edifying. There are so many strong points and there are so many things that we can work on as teams. So let me first start off with my findings or my notes for the illustrious School of Mannings. Ladies, we'll begin with you. Wonderful presentation, absolutely wonderful presentation. Well thought out by yourselves and your coach. I will start with what I might consider the areas that you need to strengthen. Time. Time constraints are something that are operant in a debate. And as speakers, you have to learn to regulate the time for yourself. Even before the timekeeper makes you aware of the time that is remaining, you have to be able to set an internal clock, so to speak, so that you do not go over the time constraints that are set for the debate. It is very, very crucial. And for this particular debate format, it affects your scoring. So you have to be very much aware of your time constraints. Voice control is also something that as you get older as debaters that you have to work on. The way that your voice sounds, how your voice is projected, and how you present your voice in and of itself is something that takes work. It does not come overnight. It takes consistent work, and it takes too an inherent belief in yourself that what you are doing is worthwhile and what you are doing is making sense. Once you have that mindset, it will automatically affect your voice, its pitch, its tonage, and all of these things come to bear when you think of yourself as a confident speaker. And as I said a while ago, too, speaking is not something that happens overnight. It takes time to grow as a speaker. Do not beat yourselves up on that. It is something that you have to build upon. Pronunciation is a part of that too. Manning's pronunciation is very important when you're speaking to an audience. You have to make sure that the words that are coming out of your mouth is readily understood and that such is pronounced very well. Going to the strong suits, you guys seem to be very calm, even if you're not, and that is something that is integral to the arsenal of a debater. That too, I noticed that there was, as we've been told, that there was some stuff going on in your background that we were not made aware of until now. Hats off to you for controlling your environment as best as you can. I do see growth. I see future growth and potential in you as speakers, and I'm going to ask that you continue on the trajectory of developing the things that I've just mentioned. Quickly moving over to Cornwall College. Gentlemen, you entered the fray with vim, vigor, and vitality. Your speaking techniques are noteworthy. But as usual, there is still room for improvement. Be careful of how you appear, in the sense that when you are speaking, be careful of how your voice is engaging your audience. And I'm trying to make it clear to you that you have the risk of sounding a little bit harsh at times, so you have to be careful with your voice control. That is basically tonnage for you, but I know it speaks to the excitement that you're feeling in the moment, and you're thinking about the points that you're making, but you have to be careful in areas that it doesn't become too much of an attack. Okay, you have that. Basically, you guys, your presentation was very well put together. Your organizational skills were very well presented. Overall, for both teams, I noticed that the signposting was done as is expected for this debate. You set the tone, told us what your first and second speakers are supposed to do. That is something that always has to be done if this is the format of debating that you're choosing. But you also, both teams have to also manage to make sure that when you start your dissertation, your stance is clear. Your stance needs to be clear, and this lends itself to English classes and all of that. But basically, that's my 2 cents worth. Moving on to the other judge.
Thank you very much. Over to Theo Chambers.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it was great presentation by both parties, and let me speak about Manning and also the opposition. A good speaker always have eye contact with the audience. There was too many looking and reading, and not communication. You have to learn how to pause, speak, look at the audience, and feel very confident in what you are doing. That's number one. Number two, in when you're criticizing or trying to debunk a theory or philosophy, try to have some answers and show different ideas. An example, you all objected somewhat to, let me speak in general about parties so we can save time. Government do not run the tourism industry. The hotels are privately owned, so you cannot object and tell them what to do. All your credit card processing is done by the bank system. All website, which I build all these websites, all these payment system is not controlled by the local government. So you have to understand what tourism can do and cannot do at all. Overall, I think it was very well put together. The most important thing, remember, technology is here to stay. And opposition made a very important point. You cannot say that technology is going to make the process system better without losing jobs. Okay? Job will be lost all over. And the first presenter made a very important point, which I do not want to duplicate, but I want to say this. AI is very dangerous for those who understand AI, because I write 3 books on AI. I live AI, and AI is more dangerous than what you can think about. And if each of y'all want to talk to me privately, I can give you all pointers of future debate, so you better understand what AI is all about. I pass it on to the third person.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Reed.
Right. So I have the distinction of sort of sharing the final result. I think everybody is waiting with bated breath to figure out how things went. Well, I just joined with the other judges to say that this was a great session. I believe strong arguments were made on both sides. And I do believe both sides should be very proud of how you did, particularly the issues that were happening, I believe, at Mannings, where you were trying to navigate some things happening real time. I believe it was commendable that you were able to sort of, go over those issues and sort of still give a good showing. That being said, we talked about, just generally what we saw. I mean, as the previous judge just mentioned, AI could be considered as a scary thing for some. Others may see it as a welcome introduction to our reality. AI has been here for a long time. For those of us who know, AI is not a new phenomenon. However, in terms of the sort of the democratization of it, it has now been more open with the chat GPTs and so on. Persons are far more familiar with what it can do, but it goes well beyond chatbots and so on. There are a number of things that we can benefit as a country from. I think the argument that was put forward to be made by both sides, one for, one against, I think there was for us a clear distinction between both sides. We found that on the proposing side, we believe that more could be done in terms of making a sound position that in fact AI can in fact transform tourism. And that I think is the operative word, something that we were really struggling to sort of decipher. Are these cases being made along the lines of what you could consider transformation or revolutionizing our tourism space? And I think, I think some cases were made, but we believed overall that there could be a little bit more strength in terms of really firmly putting down that, in fact, this was a revolutionary thing, and this was something that would change the way we see and experience tourism generally. On the opposing side, I believe strong points were made. I think, there was I think on both sides, there was a little bit of conflation between cybersecurity and safety, and generally where AI can go. I know there are elements of risk in terms of whether AI could present cybersecurity issues. The fact is, I believe cybersecurity, from my perspective at least, cybersecurity is something that has, cybersecurity issues and risk associated with cybersecurity are things that transcend and perhaps even are separate in some cases from AI. AI does have that issue. No, I don't think anybody can argue that. But I think in some cases there was over-reliance on the idea that if AI comes in, there's somehow going to be an increasing cybersecurity risks. That could be so, but again, that may not necessarily be 100% directly what the reality is. That being said, I believe the opposing side did make a strong, very, very strong argument around the human element of tourism and how, and of course, dismantle the points that were made by the proposers in terms of whether there was a strong enough case where AI could in fact revolutionize and perhaps replace, if you will, the spirit of warmth and the people and things that make us into who we are as a tourist destination. Again, both sides, I believe, were very strong, but there was a clear winner today. And based on the discussions that we had as a group of judges, we came to a final score. And I'll just go ahead and share the scores. We had Mannings coming out with a total score of 635 points. And so that was, I believe, a strong representation, strong enough representation. And Cornwall had a score of 820 points. And so today, I must congratulate Cornwall. Again, as I said before, both sides made strong points, but I think it was a clear, and we have to make it unequivocal. I believe the judges felt that the Cornwall position was far stronger, albeit, which is one point that was made, AI could in fact, and perhaps will in fact, revolutionize tourism. Outside of this debate, I think that is something that we should be prepared for. However, there was a mood put forward, an argument needed to be made by Mannings to that point, and one needed to be dismantled by Cornwall. And I think today, Cornwall was better able to dismantle this argument today. And so that's why we feel that Cornwall is today the winner. And again, congratulations, Cornwall, and great job, Mannings. And thanks everyone for being a part of this prestigious event.
And the best speaker, Mr. Reed.
Thank you very much. And so our best speaker, both our best speaker and runner-up are coming from Cornwall. Tequan Ellis, you are the best speaker today. Congratulations. And Justin Donaldson, you are the runner-up as a best speaker. Again, very, very good job, both of you. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Round of applause and honorable mention to Daniel Powell as well. They're a speaker from Mannings School. We want to thank our judges. I know it was not an easy task. We want to thank our sponsors The GHTA, first of all, is endorsed by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, Royalton Resorts, Moon Palace, Pier 1, Wards Transportation. We want to thank you, our audience, our coaches for tuning in. And when we come back, it will be the semi-final rounds of the National Tourism Debate. I'm your host, Michelle Tuller. Thank you.
Very much.